YouTube, good morning. This is just going to be a small little video trying to demonstrate as easy as possible how you can cut your hair. If you're stuck in isolation, you can't get to a barber. These are just some of the tools. It's just basically a adjustable clipper, a few guards, and a trimmer as well. So here I'm just going to go in just with a trimmer, just making a guideline. Now you can decide how low or how high you want to go. Bear in mind I'm doing a skin fade. If you were just going to do, like, let's say a number 1 fade, you just do exactly the same, just with the number 1 on the clipper instead of using a trimmer. And here I've just got a handheld mirror just so I can see in the back. That's the first thing people ask if they know that you're cutting your own hair. You know, how do you do that back? It's just a mirror. It is a little bit difficult, especially if you're going a shorter skin. So obviously all the tools I'm using are from the shop. I am a barber. But you can use anything that you have around the house. If you have like an old pair of clippers, it's still going to do the same thing. Just make sure that they're oiled, so they're not going to pull your hair at all. Yeah, these are just some foils. All they do is kind of remove stubble from the head, sorry. So it makes it super kind of smooth, and like I said, there's no hair at all. I do believe kind of once you've had this feeling after getting your hair cut, that's what you always want. You know, as soon as it's like 2-3 days time and it's growing out, you feel like you want another haircut again. But so once you've got the baseline, everything underneath you don't have to worry about. Now we can start the fading. So this is just the clipper fully open. It's what we'd call like a half guard in a shop. So it's not going to be 0, it's just going to be a little bit longer. And you're just going up maybe ½ an inch. Just creating another line. The lines are what are going to kind of help you during a fade. It's very easy to kind of get lost in different lengths and stuff like that, but if you do create guidelines, it is a lot easier to kind of see what you're fading and what you need to worry about. Also, I've done this kind of many times when I first started doing it. It must have been even before I was like a barber. I'd probably say 6 years ago. I was using basic tools, obviously not ideal for kind of haircuts like this. But yeah, it does take time to kind of get used to what you're doing. Obviously it is kind of a little bit cack-handed if you're looking in the mirror and stuff like that. So don't be too worried if you do make a mistake. You know, you're probably not going to leave the house, so at the end of the day it's not going to really matter. Trust me, I've had some awful haircuts in the past. But yeah, as long as it's not going to affect your confidence or anything like that, it doesn't really matter. So this is a number 1 guard. Gonna close it, just once again go up about ½ an inch. You should see a kind of fade starting to form. Obviously there's going to be some lines, but I'll tell you how to get them out. But once again, just ½ an inch, just almost like the next step. And just staying consistent, making sure the line is you know, as equal as possible. And this is a half guard. most, if you was to buy it from a shop like a clipper, most of them would come with a half guard, I believe. But this is a lifesaver. So I've just basically opened it halfway, so it's like a 0.75. So it's in between the first guideline and the second guideline length. I'm pretty much just using the corners. You can use a full blade, but I just find with the corners, you know, you kind of get a more kind of faded effect, and you're less likely to actually put any more lines that you don't want in the fade. It's not looking too bad so far. This is a 1.5 guard. It's going to be fully open. That just means like the lever's down. It's basically the longest the guard can be. And we're just going to try and remove that line there, what you can see. Always kind of brushing the hair down. Obviously, if you go up with the clipper, you're kind of pushing the hair upwards. So you always try and brush the hair down or comb the hair down if you don't have a brush. It will make the fades look better. So you're just closing the guard, closing the clipper, just going underneath the line that we just created. You should start to see the line disappear. Don't worry if it doesn't totally disappear. You can always go down one guard below and use the corners and kind of get that line out. You can still see it's almost like a faint line there. I will come back with like a number 1 guard open, which is a little bit shorter than an actual 1.5 guard. So yeah, there's the number 1. So I'm just going to go around, just kind of pinpoint any kind of dark areas with the corner of the clipper. And this is pretty much what makes a fade stand out. Detail work is kind of what separates any kind of normal fade to like a kind of regular fade. And they are just using the trimmer, just the very bottom line between the foils and the clipper close. So I'm basically just going through, just pinpointing any lines to see on anything that needs to be changed or looked at. You always find some dark spots. But that's pretty much it. That's just like a quick little tutorial. I've only done one side here. Obviously go around, do the back, do the sides. I did do the top. Cut the top with scissors. But it is quite difficult. So I recommend getting a family member or friend to do it. But that's pretty much it. That's the final result. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, and stay safe.